recording. Oh, here we go. So, how you doing today? All right. Okay. I'm Mitchell,
I'm Carrie.
and basically, what we're gonna do is we're going to do something a little bit different, or we're gonna try to do something different, and basically talk about different things and just see the difference in perspectives. So, like from what I think as a ethnic person and what she thinks
So white woman.
as a white woman. So, and just see if when we do maybe disagree on things, if we can see something from the other perspective. Hence, like that's why we're sitting here, and it's called Couch Talk, Bridge the Gap. So today, um, this is gonna be just like a short version going forward. We'll have our bucket, and like I said, we'll pick. We kind of know what we're going to talk about today, so we're just going to touch on it. We're not going to touch on it too much because I feel like it's been touched on enough. No, no cliche. Touched on enough. So touched on enough. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself, and we're gonna talk about government stuff today. So you can tell them who you are and what you do.
What I do?
Yeah.
Mm. Well, I'm Carrie. I'm going to bring a little bit of northern perspective into the southern world. Um, I have a history background, um, so that'll either help or hurt depending on the conversation.
And I'm just a bullshitter. I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm just a bullshitter. I can talk about anything. A lot of things aren't emotional to me. I don't care. It's just like I just want to see what other people think, and that's one of the things that I think is going to be the biggest thing. Is when we do talk, we definitely want feedback. We want to know what you think, or how you feel about the topic that we're discussing, and we want you, ask questions. And what we'll do is every other, episode, we will pick questions and we'll answer those questions best we can. So,
I want to hear all different perspectives.
yeah, basically, yeah, we want to hear everybody's perspective on what you think is happening and, where you think everything's going. So, right now, we're going to talk about basically um, what would you even call it? What just took place where they were asking the questions of Pam Bondi.
Yeah, the the uh, the disaster that was our current AG's viewpoint of our current president and her very protective outlook on him, her reaction to the questions.
And mine, like I was telling Karen, mine is basically, and you tell me if I'm wrong, but a person who defends someone like that so ferociously, like she was emotional defending him. He's the best. He almost like like it was something in her chest, like almost like they were a couple, and he was her husband, and she's trying. Nobody's gonna talk about my man type thing. Those are the vibes I got, and that's why I was telling her because I've never seen somebody basically try to defend a person that much if it's not something emotionally there.
Yeah, if there's no emotional involvement.
Right. So I'm just wondering, what is it? What do you think it could be? It's like, what do you think it could be?
I don't know. She genuinely asked them why, if they were going to apologize to him. She's not concerned about the victims. She's concerned about if they're going to apologize to him. So, I mean, I'm in agreement with you as far as her stance on him is a little too protective for
Right.
someone who just works for him. But I feel like she's coming off of it in a sense of privilege and not looking out for the victims at all. And as an AG, that's what she should be doing.
Right. And I guess my thing is, they talk about what a great job she did. I think it was in Florida. Um, they talk about what a great job she did and the type of stand-up person she was, and that's what kind of that's what kind of draws me to like the assumption, or my opinion of what I'm looking at is because, again, you just didn't stop having morals.
No.
That just didn't happen.
No.
So you had them. You did the right thing. You went after the bad person. You did all these things. So what has changed? What has changed?
Well, yeah, like I said to you, either he's got something on her, like he does on other people, because why else would so many people back this man and be so scared of him that they don't go against anything he wants unless he's got something on them? What else is there? Like, why would they support some of these outrageous, ridiculous things that he does?
I agree. I mean, I just look at, like I said, I look at the whole thing like it's almost like my thought pattern on it is like it's almost like a reverse of children. And what I mean by that is you it's like a it's like it's like a bowl full of adults who are behaving like children, acting like children, that's running the country.
Mm.
And I'm not trying to um, attack or offend anyone. I'm just saying, when you're having these discussions, and these are supposed to be some of the most powerful people, but you're name calling, you're blaming. It's almost like you did it, and then she comes back and says, "No, you did it. No, you did it. You did it. You did it." That's what our kids do. That's what children do. Adults at this stage of the game, and with as much schooling as everyone else has other than the president, it should be. I think it should be more. What's the word I'm looking for? It should be more. It should be more common sense, more fact talk. More something that makes sense. To me, it doesn't make sense. We're constantly blaming everybody other than the person who's in charge right now.
Yeah.
We blame everybody.
So, did you see earlier? I saw a video on Instagram of Nancy Mace talking about this,
Mm-hmm.
and she said that when they were interviewing Pam, like she opened a folder, and inside the folder, she said, if you zoom in, you can see the browser history. Like she was looking up the browser history of the committee members that were interviewing her.
Wow.
What was she doing with that information?
And see, to me, when I hear something like that, to me, that's almost like you say something, I'm going to say something better. It's like I'm going to top what you said. I'm not. It has nothing to do with the fact at hand. It's let me find something on you,
yes,
so that I can attack you.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
That's not how the system's supposed to work. This is not supposed to be an attack on, let me see if you're going to do something, I'm going to do something worse. It's a constant, I'm going to beat you and see, stay on top. That's not the way the government's supposed to be run. That's not a healthy way to run the government, not a healthy way to run the country. Uh, it's just become a sick, twisted game.
it's a scary game, to be honest. I mean, because like I said, I don't. I'm a person who it's crazy, but I've never ever really cared about whether it was a Democrat or Republican running it, because I've always focused on me, and I never really realized how many people actually focus on one person or particular people to enrich or destroy their lives. Because that's what it, to me, I don't know. To me, that's what it. To me, that's what it seems like. It seems like so many more people want to follow than to basically lead their own journey or their own life. We want somebody to tell us when to do this, tell us when to do that, but then we say we don't. Can't have it both ways.
So you don't think that she was like this before she became Attorney General?
From what they say, I've done no research on her. I really don't know. All I know is what I see, to be honest. I don't know her, didn't know her until this, to now. I just, they speak, good of her and everything that she did, and the way that she prosecuted people and all the different type of things that she did that were in favor of the people. But now it's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's mind boggling. It's like, again, to me, it seems like there is some form of an emotional attachment there to this man, for whatever reason.
And she wouldn't be the first woman that had that sort of attachment to him in the government.
Right. But it even goes beyond her, to be honest. It's not even about her. It's like it's all of the other people who follow him, knowing that he's not, that he's doing, that he's not being truthful, or that he's not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
They know it. They see the numbers. They're in front of them. Yet and still, they still basically parrot whatever he says he's doing. They could be looking right at facts, and if he says something, they say, "Yeah, okay, that's it."
Yeah. They're all going to protect him with the whole Epstein files. They're all going to protect him. Doesn't matter what is in them, what is said. They're going to do anything and everything they can to protect him.
And even that's kind of like, to me, most of the people who are quote unquote protecting him, they have kids, they have families, they have probably grandkids. Some of them have grandkids. Great.
Which makes it worse in my eyes.
Right. It's like, for a person to sit back and know that something's not right, and know that you have children and people that you love, and to still turn a blind eye like
to that.
That's just, I don't know. That's the epitome of evil to me. Yeah. That's all I can say. It's just pure evil. Yeah.
Any morals or values you claim to have go out the window the moment you start supporting anybody who was remotely, legitimately involved in that island.
And I guess my other thought on the whole Epstein thing, and again, never followed that. I never followed it. I just didn't. I was more concerned about what was going on in my own life and mistakes that I was making and trying to get away from it, trying to figure life out. But even when I think about that, if not even if, it's one of those things that there is no gray area in that situation. You do what you have to do. You release everything. You let the chips fall where they may. Because regardless if there were, regardless if there were a lot of people involved, which they say there were, everyone wasn't doing the same things.
Right.
So some of them may have been there just for the drinks and the free liquor and the free
Exactly.
freaking drugs, whatever. They may have not even looked at a woman or a young girl.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing. So if that's the case, and you're saying that's the case with these powerful people, then just do it. I mean, and if and with Miss Bondi or whatever, if she if she really feels that strongly about it, then let it go, and then at the end, at that point, if you want to defend this or say, well, this wasn't what it looked, then you do it. But at least at that point, people start to maybe trust, because I think that there's the only people that trust are the only people that are trusting this system and this government right now are the people that that's what I'm trying to it's people who trust them, because if they didn't, it wouldn't be going this far. But I'm trying to figure out the words for them, or the I don't know.
The delusional.
You can say that. Mentally ill, maybe. and I don't say that to make fun of mentally, no. But again, you can think that you're perfectly okay.
The cult mentality.
Definitely cult mentality.
Of those that fully believe that what he's doing and what he's done is acceptable and for the betterment of the country.
Right. And like I said,
she thinks, clearly Pam Bondi thinks that that's what he's doing. Yeah. She must.
She has to.
She wouldn't support him so strongly.
Strong ain't the word. I mean, that it was almost like I said, to me, it was either like a child protecting a parent, or a wife protecting a husband. That's a good wife, because all wives ain't good.
That's a topic for a different.
Yeah, topic for a different one, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But yeah, it's somebody who it's definitely the protection of somebody who is emotionally, to me, attached to a person. It's not a normal protection.
Yeah.
It's definitely not. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, and I know she's aware that she's a smart person, at the end of the day, if that day does come when he is no longer the president, then then.
But so you're thinking that her answers were a little more protective than just doing her job.
Definitely, because if you're doing your job and they ask me a question and I know the answer to it, and I'm not emotionally attached to anyone, I'm gonna answer that directly,
knowing that he's the type that will fire you immediately if you don't answer it the way he wants you to.
But you also, should understand that you have a family,
Yeah.
and regardless if he fires you, you can go get another job, and you will still be free when the smoke clears.
But sometimes people put power above everything else.
And maybe that's what she is. Maybe she's one of those people. Because yeah, there are people like that who, they crave to be in the presence of a what they consider to be a powerful man. But I don't even consider it.
But
There's no power.
The president of the United States is, quote unquote, the most powerful man in the world, right? Or at least he used to be, but that's the way they see it. So working in that environment to most people is a powerful position. And to lose that is something they aren't willing to do, even if they don't agree with what they're defending. I mean, it's kind of like any lawyer, right? Or any attorney general. A lawyer has that confidentiality agreement. So even if they think that what their client did is completely disgusting, immoral, wrong, they have to defend them.
I got you. And in that sense, then she's doing her job as a lawyer. She's defending a quote unquote criminal to the best of her ability, and just hope at the end of the rainbow, it doesn't come back to bite her. Because again, like I said, I don't want to see. I don't really like to see anybody hurt. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, she has a family that depend on her, pretty sure. And if something happens to her, then now her family suffers. So, but Carrie just made a good point. Lawyers defend criminals, and they know that they did it all day, every day. That's their job.
They don't have to agree with them.
Right, they don't have to agree with. So I guess coming from man, okay, that's cool. I never thought of it like that. Maybe some of you who may be watching or may listen to this down the line, maybe you never thought of it like that. There'd be a couple of people like that. The other ones, y'all just don't care. But if you really looking at it from like a life standpoint and a career standpoint, yeah, a lot of lawyers fight for criminals, even when they know the criminal is guilty. And great lawyers get bad people off all the time.
That's their job.
That's the job. So that's her job. So kudos to her doing her job. And I guess had I not had this conversation, because now I'm walking away seeing it from a totally different point. I still don't agree with how she.
No, her tantrum.
Right. I still don't agree with her. The way that she does it.
The way that she acted was unacceptable.
Right. The theatrics. The what is it when little kids don't get their way.
The
tantrums, and like I don't care what you say. Yeah, that part. I would say next time you go up against them, just have that stone cold face and just say, hey, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. And that probably would have been a better stance for you instead of falling into the letting them get to you to the point where it was just disruption and interrupting, and because for one, that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing to me as far as like communication, trying to get your point across. And we learned that in high school, how to communicate. Communicate is you listen, you encode, you decode, or you encode, you process, and then you spit it out, And at that point, you can actually take the time to hear, listen, and respond in a way that doesn't make you look any way. But professional.
Yeah. No, she was definitely not professional.
I don't think any of that was professional. I don't think that the person who was running it was professional,
Mm.
because, and I'm gonna say one thing about that. Then I'm gonna really talk about that. But that wasn't even professional, because he was basically one sided.
Yeah.
How can you be one sided when you're the person who's supposed to have the power to control and say, "Stop! It's their time."
Yeah.
And then you tell her, after it's all said and done, "I think you did a great job. I think you're doing a great job. I think we need to do this and we need to do that." That's not an impartial person. That's a person who basically backs them and everything that they say as well.
Yeah. But we've seen that time and time again with a lot of